Ever wondered where the delicious pumpkin pie originated from? Well, let's hop on a time machine and travel back to the days of early Native Americans. These ingenious people were the first to discover the culinary potential of pumpkins. Imagine a crisp autumn night, the air filled with smoke as pumpkins are roasted over open fires, their sweet and earthy aroma wafting through the cool breeze. Now, fast forward to the arrival of the colonists. Intrigued by this native crop, they experimented and innovated, blending their European culinary knowledge with the local produce. The pumpkin was hollowed out, filled with milk, spices, and honey, then baked in hot ashes. Voila! The precursor to our modern-day pumpkin pie was born. Over time, the recipe was refined, the process streamlined, but the heart of the dish, the pumpkin, remains the same. So the next time you enjoy a piece of pumpkin pie, remember its humble beginnings. But wait, the pumpkin pie did not always look or taste as it does today. The pie's journey through time is as rich and varied as its flavors. It all started with the early American colonists. They had a rather rustic approach to their pie making. Can you imagine, instead of the smooth, custardy filling we know and love, they would simply hollow out a pumpkin, fill it with a mixture of milk, honey, and spices, and then bake it directly in the hot ashes of their fire. As time went on, the pie evolved, reflecting the changing tastes and culinary techniques of each era. The Industrial Revolution brought with it a wave of innovations, including canned pumpkin and pre-made pie crusts, which made the pie-making process simpler and more accessible. And so, the pumpkin pie continued to evolve, from a simple ash-baked dessert to the beloved holiday staple we relish today. Yes, the pumpkin pie has come a long way from being a hollowed-out pumpkin baked in hot ashes. Did you know the pumpkin pie has a deep connection with Thanksgiving? Now let's embark on a journey to explore this connection. Imagine a time when Thanksgiving was not a national holiday. It was Sarah Josepha Hale, a prominent editor and writer, who championed the cause of making Thanksgiving a national holiday in the mid-19th century. She believed that a shared holiday would unite a nation on the brink of civil war. But where does the pumpkin pie fit into the picture? Well, Hale was an ardent advocate of the pie as well. She published countless recipes and stories about this dessert, solidifying its association with the harvest season and Thanksgiving. Over time, as Thanksgiving gained national recognition, so did the pumpkin pie. It became a symbol of unity and gratitude, a sweet ending to the holiday feast. And that's how pumpkin pie became a symbol of Thanksgiving. Now, let's dive into some fun facts about pumpkin pie. Did you know that the world's largest pumpkin pie registered on the scales at over 3,600 pounds and measured more than 20 feet in diameter? That's a lot of pie. And here's another tasty tidbit. Pumpkin pie became associated with Thanksgiving in the early 17th century when the Pilgrims brought the recipe over from England. However, it wasn't until 2 centuries later that pumpkin pie gained its most fervent following. Interestingly, the traditional pumpkin pie we know and love today isn't even made from the same type of pumpkin you carve for Halloween. Instead, it's typically made from a variety known as Dickinson pumpkin, which is smaller, sweeter, and less watery than its bigger, scarier cousin. Finally, did you ever wonder why pumpkin pie is traditionally served cold? It's because the flavors meld together and become richer as the pie cools, making it even more delicious. Who knew there could be so much to learn about a simple pumpkin pie? So, what have we learned about the pumpkin pie? We've traced its roots back to humble beginnings where early settlers had to get creative with their limited ingredients, giving birth to the concept of a sweet pumpkin delight. We've seen how this simple dish evolved over time, transforming into the creamy, spiced dessert that graces our tables today. We've also delved into the pie's deep-seated connection with Thanksgiving, a tradition that has warmed hearts and homes across America for centuries. We've even sprinkled in a few fun facts, like how the world's largest pumpkin pie weighed in at a whopping 2,000 pounds. Our journey through the history of pumpkin pie has been filled with twists and turns, but one thing remains constant: its status as a beloved dessert, cherished by many. Next time you bite into a delicious pumpkin pie, remember its fascinating journey from a simple roasted pumpkin to the beloved dessert it is today.